Hey guys, it's Josh. It's gonna be a short video. Again, I have the fucking flu, and my tits hurt, and my video like stopped and restarted like 4 times, and I have the flu. Um, this week's topic is parents. Fuck, man, I legit, I made this video 4 fucking times, and I'm not like, I said before in the very beginning in my intro videos, I'm a complete tech tard. So, like, I don't know how to, like, stop and edit and then retake another one and start off. I simply cannot be bothered. So, here we are. Um, okay, so parents, I was 24 when I came out. I told my mother I was trans. Probably right around my 24th birthday. So in 2006. I think. I don't know. I know for sure it was 2006. I don't know how the fuck old I was. I think 24. I think I turned 25 in '06. Couldn't tell you. I told my mom, and, you know, my dad, because this video, this topic is parents. So I've said it before, my dad's dead. My dad took his own life in 2006, the very end of 2006. My dad passed away December 9th of 2006. So I told my mom a couple of weeks before he died, actually, that I was this way. And at the time, she handled it great. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You're my kid regardless. You're my firstborn, whether you're my son or my daughter. We love you. We love you." When my dad did what he did, I decided I wasn't mentally in a place that I could handle transitioning and all of the nonsense that it entailed. There's a right way to transition, and if you transition the right way, it's a pain in the fucking ass. If you just go into some therapist that doesn't know the rest from a hole in the ground, it's a fucking breeze in the park. But for those of us that transition correctly, through the psychological criteria, the Harry Benjamin criteria for transsexuals, if you've never heard of it, you're not transitioning correctly. But for those of us that transition correctly, it's a pain in the ass. So I wasn't mentally able to go through all that nonsense. 2008, I told my mom that I was starting hormones, and she took it very differently than she did 2 years before. I think when my dad died, and I did not go through with it, I think she thought maybe it was a phase. Maybe it was something that I outgrew or I didn't, I wasn't sure about, because there was that 2-year hiatus from the original outing to the hormone time. So I started hormones 10 days after my 26th birthday. So then I was 24 in 2006, because I started hormones on November the 19th, 2008. And that was okay. She handled that decently until December the 9th rolls around again. See, I wanted something positive to do for myself on the day that my father did something for himself. So December 9th of 2008 is when I went in for my breast reduction. I was a J cup. They reduced me down to a B or a C, and then 2 weeks ago, that happened. So when I had surgery is when, like, between hormones and surgery, my mom, I don't know if she, like, hit her head, but she lost her fucking shit. My sister was blowing up my phone. "Oh my God, Mom's on Xanax. You're so horrible. You're so selfish." My mom was, like, hysterical and, like, this weeping, wailing Italian funeral mother. 'Twas not handled very well in my household. So the way I came out in 2006 originally was through an instant message. We were talking online because I lived, 1,800 miles away, 1,200 miles away. And then when I started hormones and everything, we were talking on the phone, since, again, I still live 1,200 miles away, or however far Arkansas is from Florida, I don't know. And she took it a lot worse. She flipped her fucking mind. She flipped her shit. Now, 5 years later, everything is hunky-dory. She's comfortable having a son. She was able to lay down Jennifer and pick up Joshua. Oh, this itches. um, like she'll send me a card for Valentine's Day or my birthday, and it's always to my son, for my son. And vice versa. When I send her a Mother's Day card, it's from your son to kind of help her along with the process. Her biggest concern was that I would change my mind. That I would take testosterone and look like this, okay? And I would cut off my tits and then look like this. And then I would change my mind and be like, oh my God, I really want to embrace my vagina and have big milky breasts and push a kid out of my twat. And that's what she was really concerned about, that I wanted to push a kid out of my twat. And I hate that word. It's so dirty. And I would have done irreversible damage to myself and then go off the deep end like my dad did and kill myself. And obviously, I'm still alive, even though I have the flu, and I feel as if I will be dead by morning. I'm still here. So once she got to see that Joshua was functional and happy and healthy and whole, she really got around to embracing. I had a really, Jennifer, who I was, had a lot of problems. I was miserable, had a lot of self-harm issues. I had a really serious drug problem. It's no secret that I am a connoisseur of cannabis, but I'm actually a medical patient here in Colorado, so I don't see cannabis as a drug because there's nothing added to it. I grow it in my closet, and it grows, and then I pluck it, and then I smoke it. So it's not like I'm adding shit like from under my cabinet or nothing. But I used to have a real heavy coke problem, among other things that I'd rather not discuss. So when she got to see that Joshua was this whole and happy person, Joshua loved himself. I used to be very, very heavy. I used to be over 400 pounds. And now I'm 180 something, whatever. So she got to see that I was actually taking care of myself. Stopped using, lost weight, tremendous amount of weight. I met a beautiful woman that compliments me in every way, and my wife and I got legally married. We've been together 6 years, and she saw these things and she realized, maybe this trans thing isn't so terrible. I knew that I had arrived as her son. A couple of years ago, I was with her in Florida, where I lived for a couple of years before I moved here to Colorado. And she had said to me, she said, I've always loved you because you're my kid and I have to. But I didn't really like Jennifer. I like you on this testosterone business. And that's when I knew that she was okay. One thing I did give her was a book by an author, Jennifer Finney Boylan, Boylan, called She's Not There. Fucking amazing book. Get it right now. Right now. Go to Amazon, open up another tab. Are you doing it? Should be. Get it. I read it. I just dribbled tea down my face. I read it. And it showed Jennifer's, who used to be James. And Jennifer is not just your typical, stay-home author. She's a very successful college literary professor and wife and kids and yada yada. So I read this book, and it really helped me to understand my own feelings. And I sent it to my mom so she could read it. And she did. She read it cover to cover, and it helped her understand my feelings as well without me having to. It's easier coming from a neutral party than me being like, I feel like a boy, because she'd be like, no, you're my daughter. So it helped her. It helped educate her a bit. So I think when it comes to parents, give them time. I've said it 100 times. Give them time to embrace you. Give them time to... My mom had to mourn Jennifer and had to let go of all the dreams and aspirations and female gender-specific hopes she had for Jennifer in order to pick up and embrace Joshua. So allow your parents that time. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your decision. Transitioning to me isn't a decision. I went as far as I could in my life until I hit a proverbial fork in the road. And it was either go this way and transition and live happy, or go this way and end up following in my father's footsteps and taking my own life. That was it. There was no black and white. I mean, there was no gray area. It was black and it was fucking white. Do this or drop dead. And I had to do ultimately what's best for me. So I'm not saying everyone's parents are going to be like, OMG, this is so exciting, I have a tranny kid. But at the same time, I think a mother especially, a mother's love is always going to be stronger than any opposition they have. And it may take them a little while to dig past that. But it's a process. It's a long, tedious, unnecessary process. So I'm done. I'm going to take my hot tea. I have like 100 bottles of random medicine back here that I'm going to take at the same time and go to sleep. Because I'm dying. Flu-related death. Hope you enjoyed my vid. Sorry it's a day late. Namaste.